Georgia football is known for producing high-level running backs, with guys such as Todd Gurley, Sony Michel, Nick Chubb, and DeAndre Swift coming through the program in the last few seasons. They have a couple solid options on the roster right now, and one of them is surely going to break out, but they're missing that next elite guy that is typically always around for a Georgia football team. The problem may not be solved for 2021, but looking ahead a little bit, they may have found the next great running back, as they just landed a gem in the 2022 class. In today's video, we're going to talk about the commitment of Branson Robinson, who he is and what this means for Georgia, and why he could be the next great Georgia running back. But right before we get into that, nearly 80% of you guys are not subscribed, and I know we can do better than that, so please be sure to hit that button, as I really appreciate it and you won't want to miss out on any more college football content. Now let's get started and talk about Branson Robinson. Branson Robinson grew up loving the game of football, and both him and his father got a ton of inspiration from a former Georgia great. In case you didn't know, there was a guy named Herschel Walker who was a pretty good running back in the day for the Dogs, and they followed his training regimen. He had since become a high school star, and in the past year in 2020, he'd rushed for 1,179 yards and 15 touchdowns while he was at Germantown High School. He's always been seen as a big-time prospect, and he has always loved the Georgia Bulldogs. He said he's been all about the program ever since they offered him a scholarship, and he developed a strong bond with head coach Kirby Smart and running backs coach Dell McGee. Ultimately, it would come down to two schools, while some say Alabama was in the mix, and it was Georgia and Tennessee, and Robinson had this to say, quote, "It really came down to two, Georgia and Tennessee, and they were both good options, but when I got down to everything and looked at the pros and cons, there were too many risks at Tennessee and too much talent, too many playmakers, and too good of an offensive line at Georgia. To be successful in the SEC, the hardest conference, a running back needs just a little bit of help." Georgia answered all the questions when we had coming on a visit, and that played a big part because we sat down with Todd Monken. We talked about how they used me in their scheme, how they used me in space, and how they have the right people in place for me to be successful, maximize my skills and my talents. In terms of enrolling early, he said he has not made his mind up yet, but he will be eligible to graduate in December, and he said, quote, "I'm ready to go down there and show everybody what I can do." He's already drawing comparisons to a former running back by the name of Nick Chubb for his physical running style. The thing is, the Composite and 24/7 Sports disagree on how good he is. According to the Composite, he's a high 4-star recruit, the number 4 running back and the 46th best player, and according to 24/7 Sports personal rankings, he's the 9th best running back and the 123rd best player. Either way, he is ultra talented, and Rivals even thinks that he is 5-star worthy. He's the 4th best running back in the country behind Emmanuel Henderson, who is going to Alabama, and both Raleek Brown and Gavin Sawchuk, who are both committed to Oklahoma. Robinson is an absolute freak of nature, as when he was 16, he squatted over 600 pounds and benched 400, and became a famous athlete on the recruiting trail that is known to be a gym rat. While he may sound like he's one of those super bulk players, he is also insanely quick, as he runs for the track team and ran a 4.4940. Here's what one scout had to say about him. He's a rocked up, thick-framed running back with NFL muscle and strength as a high schooler. He's a bruising runner with great steam between the tackles and churns out yards after contact. He consistently grinds out short to intermediate runs, shows efficient movements as far as jump cuts and cutback ability, has big-time production, and is built to carry the load. He shows some good explosive twitch and recorded elite-level broad jump and vertical jumps at the camp circuit. He doesn't appear to have great straight-line speed to run away from defenders at this stage, but he can work on that. So overall, it seems like this is a physical freak, someone who works hard and wants to succeed. He's actually the second commitment in this class, as Georgia already landed a 4-star running back by the name of Jordan James. Guys like Todd Gurley, Nick Chubb, and DeAndre Swift really stick out to me, as they were all high-end NFL draft picks and were so much fun to watch at Georgia. And while I love a lot of the guys in the current room, it doesn't seem like any of them are going to step up and become that true superstar. Luckily, by the time he starts to see the field, he could separate himself and be that next great guy that Georgia fans love and SEC fans fear. So yeah, in today's video, we talked about Branson Robinson, who he is and his commitment to Georgia, and be sure to let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. Let me know what player, topic, or anything I can do next. Hit that like button if you want to support today's video, as I really appreciate it. Subscribe if you're new here, and check out all my other videos on the end screen. I hope to see you guys again soon, but until next time, peace.